Hi all, it's Jack here. It's been a while since I've done a YouTube video, and what I'm going to do today is a bit of a review. We're going to have a look at operating the Cobalt twin air fryer. I think this is loosely based on the Ninja air fryer, and it's around about lunchtime here on a sunny Saturday afternoon. I'm going to be popping out a little later, so I want a good line on my stomach, so I'm going to do myself a couple of burgers. I've got these from Iceland. These are the XL burgers, and they are rather nice. I've never done them in an air fryer, so this is a first for me. They're either going to be very, very good, or they're going to be very, very bad. But they will serve beautifully as a review of this product. Well, they will if I can find these bloody things in the freezer. Fortunately, this is my channel, so I don't have to edit out any F's and J's. Ah, here they are. Oh, do you know what? These aren't the XLs, but they'll do. I have found some burgers that are pretty good. Do you know what? I've managed to get 3 out instead of 2, but these shrink mightily in the air fryer, so that'll do. I'll double up one of the buns. So, break them up here on the counter. And we have 2 drawers on this fryer, as I say, so there's plenty of room for these. And there you go. This air fryer, it's big. It's very big, but it cooks beautifully. We've got these little crisper things in the drawers to keep your food nice and crisp. You can get liners for them as well, which is great. So across the top of the fryer, above the drawers, we've got 4 rings, and the buttons are inside those rings, so we don't need to necessarily press them very hard.
Left pan, power.
We've also got a real time-saving feature here. We've got loads of preset programs on this. So I'm going to press, I've turned on the left pan or drawer with the 4th button on the left-hand row. So if we start from the left, it's the 4th button along. I'm going to press the 3rd button now.
Left pan, cook potatoes, 200 degrees C, 20 minutes.
That's another thing, this machine is slow. So
left pan, cook poultry, 200 degrees C, 15 minutes. Left pan, cook meat, 200 degrees C, 20 minutes.
20 minutes. I actually think that is a
left
bit
pan,
too long
cook
for
fish,
these.
200 degrees C, 18 minutes. Left pan, cook vegetables, 160 degrees C, 30 minutes. Left pan, cook cake, 140 degrees C, 15 minutes.
Oh, what kind of cake that would be.
Left pan, cook pizza, 180 degrees C, 15 minutes.
No, I did a garlic pizza bread in this, and it turned out beautifully. Absolutely delicious. Okay.
Left pan, cook dried fruit, 80 degrees C, 60 minutes.
Dried fruit?
Left pan, default, 200 degrees C, 18 minutes.
We'll just go for the default program, 200 degrees, 18 minutes. Bosh.
Left pan, start, default,
As soon as you hit that
200
button,
degrees C, 18 minutes.
Fryer comes to life. You can hear it there. It's nice and quiet. Unlike my Tefal ActiFry that I had, we're going to go to the sofa here. And yeah, while my Tefal ActiFry was a great fryer, I had that for about 5 years. And then it was entirely my fault. The paddle in the pan, because it had a little thing that it would continuously flip your food around with to make sure it cooked evenly. I put in a piece of meat that was much too big for it. It was a big old steak, and it snapped the paddle clean off. I did replace it, but by then it had had a lot of use, a little bit of abuse, and the day after my birthday party, actually, the whole thing literally just, the lid collapsed and snapped in half, which was a real shame. So that is now gone, and I have to point out, this fry was actually a birthday present from a good friend of mine, Steve. And I'm very grateful to Steve. He's been an old friend of mine for a very, very long time. So thank you very much, Steve. Yeah, I'm very impressed with it overall. It's a bit of a slow beast, but it's worth it because at least you're getting your timings and your temperatures right. It goes up to 200 degrees, which, to be honest, if you're cooking over that kind of heat, I dread to think what you're cremating, you're not cooking. That's 200 degrees Celsius, by the way. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. You're going to have to work that out for yourselves. Obviously, it's a lot higher. And to be honest, if you're cooking something of that temperature, it's probably too big for the drawers anyway. So, yeah, you'd need an oven to do that. And I have the Cobalt convection oven. I bought that last year. Or was it this year, actually? No, I think it was last year. I have no quibbles about that at all. I think it's one of the best pieces of equipment I've ever bought for the kitchen. I intend to get the induction hob as well when I can afford it, because of course the convection oven does not have a hob, and the air fryer is a great fryer and alternative oven for cooking things quickly. But what it can't do, obviously, is boil water, use saucepans or anything like that. And the microwave, you can do that in the microwave, but I don't think it works as well. The fryer will count down minute by minute. When you're into the last minute, it'll count down in 10-second intervals. And when the timer completes, it shrieks extremely loudly. So don't use this thing late at night, because especially if you're in an apartment or a flat, because your neighbours will know you're cooking. It's good that it does that. Once the timer's done, the fryer will let you know that the pan is hot for a couple of minutes. It will cool itself down, power down its fans, and stop. So once the timer stops, and there's another thing it will tell you to do. If you feel you need to do so, there are some larger items that will definitely need rearranging or flipping. As I've found out, I think that might be another reason my French toast went wrong. I think that might have needed flipping, but I didn't. Also, I think the slices of bread I used were too big. But I'm going to try that again. Have no fear, my dears. I may even review it. These burgers don't need flipping, because, as I say, they shrink mightily. I've cooked them from frozen. They will cook all the way through. The bottom of the pan gets hot, and that cooks them through beautifully. The bigger the item, the more chance it's going to need flipping. Sausages generally don't. Bacon, that's a controversial point. Some people flip it, some don't. If I was cooking on an open griddle, I would absolutely flip my burgers. Well, to be honest, if I was using a setup like that, I'd grill them. As I said, there's a lot of things you can cook in this. I would give it overall a score of 9 out of 10. The only thing that stops me giving it a 10 is the slowness of the speech. You can't speed it up. But as a cooking appliance, can't fault it. The drawers are really good. You can get liners, as I say. Easy to clean. It's very informative of times, etc. Could the drawers do with being a bit bigger? Yes and no, in my opinion. If you're doing big stuff, you're better off using an oven anyway. So, no on that score, but yes, maybe a fraction bigger, and that's telling me that cycle's complete, and we'll just give that pan a minute to cool down, and then I'll make some burgers and eat them. but not on the video. Yes, I think this is actually a better fryer than the ActiFry because your food won't get crushed. It's a lot easier to control your portion sizes, and you've got 2 drawers, so you can cook for 2 people quite easily with this, maybe even 4 people. I never have cooked for more than 2, at least in this flat. I think the most I've ever cooked for was 4, but that was a long time ago. And that has cooled down successfully.
Left pan, fryer temperature high.
You can use tongs, you can use a wooden spoon, or you can just use oven gloves and take your food out of the drawers when they're done. You can use both drawers at the same time, which is brilliant. So if you're doing burgers in one drawer, chips in another, you can. Or if you're doing sausages in one drawer and bacon in another, you can. Or whatever, whatever you're cooking in there. You can do dinner and dessert in separate drawers. Just saves on electricity, is much more economical. So there we are, 9 out of 10 for the Cobalt Twin Air Fryer. It's, it's not cooking on gas, but we are frying today. Don't you just love being in control?